I'd like to show you a really cool app called Synergy. Synergy lets you share one keyboard and mouse with multiple computers. That's really cool for me because I have limited desk space, but I always have multiple computers set up at any given time. So for this demonstration, I have three computers. I have my Mac Mini, which is going to be a Synergy server, and then I have a Ubuntu desktop machine, and then a Ubuntu laptop that are going to be Synergy clients. So on the Mac, since it's the Synergy server, here's the Synergy GUI. Um, as you can see, you can choose whether or not it runs as a server or as the client. This is set to server, and it's running right now, so I'm going to stop it. Before you can tell the clients to connect, you need to tell the server about the clients. So you click Configure Server, and you define the clients. So the first time you're here, you'll just have your server in the middle, and you'll need to add however many other computers you want to connect. It's as simple as dragging this monitor to the appropriate square and editing that instance to the appropriate client. The only thing I had to do after adding the two clients is I had to make sure that the screen name matched the name that the client's connected as. In Linux, it defaults to the host name. So if these don't match, it won't work. So this is one thing you want to pay attention to. There are all these other options that I have not had to mess with. It's just worked for me without any issues. So I'm not exactly sure what all you can do here. For me, I just had to make sure the screen name was correct. So, also in the server configuration, you have a hotkeys tab and an advanced server settings tab. I have not had to mess with either of these. I did enable these two items. They're disabled by default, and for me it didn't seem to make a difference. And I only did that just to see what they did, and I have no idea. So, click OK. This is set up. One of a few cool things about Synergy is that it does not matter if the clients start before the server. So when I hit start, you should see the two clients connect. Yep, and see, they're both connected. So now that it's started, it's as simple as moving your cursor off the edge of the screen towards the appropriate machine. So we have our cursor here, move it off the edge, and now we're on this computer. We're controlling this computer. You have the mouse, you have the keyboard. Works beautifully. And the same goes if we go to the right. We'll be on the laptop. There you go. And we've got a keyboard. So on the Mac, the install is pretty easy. You just go to Synergy's website and download the Mac package and drag the application to wherever you want to store it, double click it to launch it, and you're up and running. On the Linux boxes, in Ubuntu anyway, you can get it by as simple as doing an apt-get Synergy, or you can search for it in the Synaptic Package Manager. Personally, I'm a terminal guy, so apt-get Synergy is what I did. You can download or install a GUI for Linux, but for me it's really easy to use through the terminal, so it's not necessary for me. On this computer I started Synergy manually, which you can see here is as simple as that. Synergy C is for client, and then the IP address of the server. You can use the DNS name or host name of the server here if you have DNS set up correctly. On this computer, since I do not have a keyboard and mouse connected to it, I need the Synergy client to start at boot, which is a little tricky because Synergy requires the X server to be available before it'll successfully launch. If it's not available when it tries to launch, it'll error. So to do that, I had to configure LightDM, which is the desktop manager that Ubuntu 12.10 and Ubuntu variants use. I had to configure LightDM to call the Synergy client, which once I found it through some Googling, it's really, really easy. what you want to do, and I'll minimize this window so we don't have any distraction, is edit this file, the LightDM configuration file, which is in Etsy LightDM, and it's lightdm.com. So go ahead and enter so we can go in there. And it's pretty short. All I had to do was add that last line, which is greeter-setup-script equals user bin synergyc, and then the IP address of the server. Once I did that, Synergy starts when LightDM starts, and I can use the remote keyboard and mouse to log in, which is really cool. Another cool thing that that Synergy does, excuse me, is you can copy and paste between the various computers. So I'll show you if I go back to the server, and it doesn't have to start in the server. You can copy and paste from a client to a client, or from a client to a server. But we'll copy. We'll go over to this guy, right click, paste, and there it is. And we'll go ahead and do something else. We'll go, hi mom. We'll highlight it, copy, and we'll go over to this guy. And let's get out of here. We'll go ahead and paste. And there you go. And we'll even come over here and paste. I think that's cool. So there you go. There is Synergy. If you have multiple computers at your workstation, whether it be at home or at work or whatever, I highly recommend giving it a try. It works really well for me, and it saves me some space on my desk because I have, all this stuff and not a lot of space to put it. Another cool thing for me is that I like using this ergonomic keyboard, and it's large in itself, so only having one out is a huge benefit. So there you go. There is Synergy. Give it a shot.